Good afternoon and welcome to the Road to Cheltenham Ascot Chase Watch-Along, proudly sponsored by Odds Checker. Obviously joined with Andrew, Scotty and Jamie, as you can see. So first of all, may as well check in with you boys. Andrew, how's things?
All good, can't complain. First Saturday in a long time. I have no football, no rugby, no nothing to go to. It's fantastic.
And there's no way you'd rather be, is there?
I'd rather be in bed now, to be honest, because I am absolutely shattered.
Good man. Scotty, you had a cheeky afternoon pint. I think you were close to going to bed, weren't you?
Sorry, yeah. I'm glad you sent the invite. I was about to fall asleep, so yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for saving my afternoon.
No, not a problem. And Jamie, obviously the other mastermind behind the Ginger Joe podcast. Jamie, how you doing, mate?
Good, Liam, and yourself. Looking forward to pints later on.
Happy days. Yes, no, I'm all good. I'm all good.
Very good.
We had a schedule obviously pre-prepared, but given obviously the injury to Jordan Gainford over at Haydock, obviously wishing him all the best and hope that he's okay. Obviously can't catch a break at the moment with Jockey. It's been real unfortunate, but hopefully Jordan's okay, and obviously sending all our well wishes, of course, to Mikey O'Sullivan as well. But that will just mean that potentially we'll just have to kind of on a whim go as we can, as best we can. I think there's around about half an hour they're trying to catch up, but we do have the first race which won't be affected given the fact that it's over at Ascot, so we may as well throw straight into it, lads. And Andrew, I'll come to you first. The handicap hurdle over at Ascot, is there anything you like in here? What do you make of the race?
Yeah, it's a race that I have got involved with already. The one I like is Classic King. He's a bit of a fruitcake kind of horse as I like. He's 2 from 3 his last 2 runs. One was over fences, and he just can't jump fences, God bless him. So he fell in the second start over fences, came back over hurdles, won again. He done it very convincingly at Doncaster. He's one of these horses that needs to be played late. He hangs in behind horses, but once he gets clear sailing and gets going, he's very, very hard to stop. He's a bit of a talent. There's a bit of talent in there. And he was 10-1 this morning when I backed him. He's into 6-1 now. Can't see him being out of the top 3 with the way this race is going to be run. I think he will be an each way play to none. You get 4 or 5 places. But Emma Lavelle's Classic King, I think, is the one I want to be on here. Artebello, backed him last time. Not a horse I want to trust. He's in that top way again. He's been backed again. He always is backed. He's going to be there. Obviously, Joey Mashan has been Dan Skelton campaign the last few runs since he came over from Paul Knowles. He'll be in there with a chance, obviously. And one at a bigger price. Oh, he's not running now, so that's it. So Classic King is the one I am going to roll in with.
Okay, happy days. I'll give another mention there to the Julian Machien because it's owned by the UTB syndicate, which is up the Barrow. And the Barrow is a little place in Worcestershire, a small village called Ink Barrow. So that's where my family still live, where I was brought up. So I know a lot of the people connected with the horse. I was told potentially they thought he was potentially still a little bit high in the weights to be winning a pot like this, but obviously they'll take their chance. So best of luck to them on a personal note. And I won't labour too much more on what you said, Andrew. I like Classic King. As you said, strange head carriage, looks green even though he's got plenty of experience, running all over the place when he eventually got up, but seemed to do it with plenty in hand. I did like one anti-post, but similar to your second selection, that is now a non-runner. So yeah, I'd be on this exactly the same as yourself. Scotty, is there something else you fancy, or is it 3-4 Classic King?
I'm going to go away from the top of the market. I'm going to chance the Tizard horse. They just had a winner there with the Changing Man in the Reynolds Town. Right So Tom, I just think he's a very in and out horse. Started over 2 miles earlier in the season and at the course. I think this is his kind of trip. He was a bit disappointing at Newbury last time, but he landed a bit of a gamble, I think it was, at Doncaster. I just thought he was one that could fill the frame, and like Andrew said, I think 4 or 5 places each way. I think he's a touch of 14s on the sports book. It's not a massive strong opinion, but again, I just chance him each way at 14s. Just a small play, just for something to watch. It's not a massive opinion though.
No, happy days. Jamie, previously you've been known to pop into the watch along, drop a winner, and then clear off. So you're more than welcome to do the same again if you've got a nice prize for us, mate.
I'll do that again, yeah. The one I was looking at very tentatively, Liam, is Jour de Vejan. As I said, Jour de Vejan form. Wanted Hereford last day, made all. I suppose now to make all in a bigger field will be different and on better ground. But did you tip who tipped Santos Blue last week? Someone sipped.
Yeah, that was Jack. Tipped up Santos Blue at 14.
Jack sipped up Santos Blue. So Santos Blue won last week, didn't it? Where did it? Newbury.
May well have been.
And this
Yes.
short division beat it by 4.5 lengths at Hereford. I know. Yeah, it was a 6-runner race at Hereford, and he beat him by 4.5 lengths. And Santos Blue thanked him for him last week. He just wanted to take my fancy Liam at a 5-minute glance before I came on here.
No, happy days, happy days. Is there anything else that you make a case for, Andrew? Or you mentioned the favourite, and he obviously won last time, but I think a lot of people have jumped ship because Alcabelli, he's not the most trusted, is he?
No, look, he's a decent horse. Like he runs his race and these the whole time, but he usually finds one or two too good. Look, obviously he won the last time out, beating Aston Martin. Look, he's up to 137 now. What's that? That's going to give him a career high mark now, as far as I see. He's just not one that really puts it all together on the big days, like consistently. So, what is he, 11-4 now? He's not a bet for me, especially off top weight. I'd be kind of against him here again.
No, fair enough. Everybody who is watching along with us, you will see a code that's been dropped as well as a link into the comments section. You can get 20% off your first 3 months, I believe it is, with Oddschecker. With Oddschecker Unlimited, you'll get access to all of my tips, both daily and anti-post, all of Ginger Joe's, as well as his golf, which is exclusive to Oddschecker, all of Andy Holding's tips, a share in a racehorse, and a lot more. So if you follow that link and you want to sign up prior to all the festivals and, of course, all the golf majors as the season starts to get underway, then by all means, follow that link, use code Liam20, and you will get 20% off. Jamie, how do you see this race setting up? Do you think there'll be a lot of pace on in it?
Yeah, the one I mentioned earlier, I think he'll set the pace. Obviously, the more pace, the better for Alcabelli. But as Andrew just alluded to there, it's a career high mark now, and he's been back. Look, I didn't back him the last day. Fair play to Andrew for backing him the last day. Is one horse I backed him previously, Doncaster Alcabelli. I backed him so many times, and I left him off the last day. And the day I left him off, he won, which is very annoying.
No,
but no, I would leave him alone. But yeah, I see the horse that I said there would make the pace, but after that. Like, exactly, the one I saw, I was actually going to message you about Joyo Mashan and see what the story is, since you know the owners. But if you think he's too high in the weights, we'll leave him to go for another day. But that'll be the day now. He'll win, won't it?
Knowing them, Jamie, I don't think it would have stopped him from putting a few quid down on him, which is probably why he shortened up in price.
Yeah, that's why he shortened up, yeah.
Scotty, obviously, I love to try and find something as an outsider. Samarive right at the bottom of the market and drifting, and there's a considerable price differential between him and the rest. Obviously, he's had one run back after a long layoff. Could you make any case for him? Are you a little bit put off by the Nichols form this season, and he's just one you would not be interested in, or do you think he might be able to step forward? Because he's off quite a nice mark if he does retain his ability, isn't he?
He's definitely a horse I'd look at as Johnny Delahaye, Paul Nichols like Ascot. I remember them winning races with the likes of Diego de Charmille. Obviously, Pictory wins here. They used to run Danny Kerwin, all of those kind of unfashionable horses here in the meetings. He's been running in small runner fields like 4 runners, 3 runners, 5 runners. Potentially, if they tuck him away and he gets into a good rhythm and just bide their time with him, he could potentially run into a place. But for me, I'd be leaving him alone today, if I'm being honest.
No, fair enough. So it's 2 votes for Classic King for both me and Andrew. Remind us of your selection, Scotty.
I'm on Right So Tom each way at 14-1.
Right So Tom each way, and Jamie liked the Jaw d'Evasion with the tongue tie on in this. I think they're about to go off if they haven't already. There seems a bit of an issue with Joy and Mashan. I'm not sure what it was. If anybody's got any sound, you can probably enlighten us. But of course, throughout the show, drop your messages, comments in the comments section. If you've got any questions for us, any horses you fancied, throw some opinions in, and we'll obviously discuss them. And hopefully they can catch up a little bit of a delay over at Haydock. But it looks like they're going to set up here. Have you backed the lad that you fancy, Jamie, or is he just a tentative selection?
Just a tentative selection, Liam. I didn't have a bet in the race.
No, fair enough.
Plenty of pace anyway. Beat the
Looks
Lord.
that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I just got done on Weatherby on the line. Fantastic.
What's that one?
The Edgar Wallace.
Oh, stop. price was he?
8th.
Oh, sick.
Got beat by the 16th to 1 shot. Fantastic.
I know that like the racing dries up a little bit between this period and Cheltenham. I fancied quite a few today. I put up, well, one was a number and I ended up putting up 5 selections for today over at Osaka. Have you? Obviously, you've had a play over at Weatherby, Andrew. Did you find the same? Is there a few you fancy across today's
There's
cards?
a few I fancy. There's 3 I back today already. They've all been second. So that's the way my day is going to be today now. This fella be beating a nose now or something much.
Seconditis.
Stop. I love it. As long as it happens before Cheltenham, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Women's French, man.
Is it raining much over by you? Because it's absolutely tipping down here all week.
Not in here.
Yeah, it's been all right over here, to be honest. It has rained today and through the night last night. Sadly, I've been trying to look at long-range forecasts to see what it's like around Cheltenham over the next 4 weeks. But you get such contradicting reports, you got absolutely no chance. It can change by the day, can't it?
Apparently, there's a storm coming, a cyclone storm next week.
Lovely. What's a cyclone storm? How does it differ from a normal storm?
It's a big ass one.
The technical name, cyclone storm.
Big ass storm.
As they now face up to flight number 5 of the tip. First of 2 hurdles heading down towards Swindon Bottom, and it is Jordan Vancion over the first of them. In front of Right So Tom by just over a length. Tin the inside. On the
Tin, great name.
Tin.
A little squeeze on the run down.
Are they saying that's good ground, lads? Yeah.
That's more good ground now than 9 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was officially, supposedly, good stuff in places. Apparently, Haydock's actually a little bit of a. It's much more. It's softer than how described.
That's definitely good to afternoon. Not the worst I've ever seen at Ascot, but it's ain't fucking good ground, isn't it?
Nope.
And Samarie, the whole field separated by less than 10 lengths here as they're getting back to the point started.
Sorry about that, lads.
No, you're fine, Scotty. Still travelling pretty strongly out in front, Jamie. You happy enough?
Yeah, happy enough.
And then Alto Belly nudged along the outside into the park as they run towards a 4 out here, less than 3/4 of a mile.
Like you mentioned, though, Andrew, you think this sort of pace, it would set it up perfectly, wouldn't it? For
yeah.
Still travelling all right.
Along the outside over 3 up. A good jump by the leader that side. Still racing in 6th place. Move it by the inside. So is Patriotic.
Has he taken Alto Belly too wide here, or is he travelling good?
Yeah, Classic Kings making a move up the inside, though.
It's okay.
Travelling very nicely.
Who's the? Is that a John Joe and White?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Country Park.
Maybe he likes finishing second, though.
Jesus. Oh, here he goes, Rogue in front.
All over.
Jesus, still have plenty in hand. Joey Mashan is absolutely flying home. Want to catch the eye.
And there's a shock. Oh, look at this fella. Oh, I'll run home now. Look at that head case coming in third.
Yeah. That's up in each way. Still just no match for the winner. What would your verdict be, Andrew? Those 2 that have come flying home in 2nd and 3rd, is it a case that just no match for the winner, or do you think that they're potentially up in trip?
No match for the winner. The winner was gone long before they got going. Skelton thing has been absolutely cemented to the ground for something. And what he's been cemented to the ground for now is probably Aintree. And Classic King is just an absolute head case. So he will pop up somewhere again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Classic King is one that people can chuck in the tracker for another day, potentially, as well as you say, that Dan Skelton horse. He's travelled sweetly enough. We're going to have a bit of a break, of course, lads, through till the next race. So I suppose we may as well just touch on a couple of performances from earlier. The Kingwell Hurdle, I'm not sure if everybody's had a chance to watch it as of yet. Scotty, you're nodding, so I'll go to you first, mate. Obviously, Golden Ace, who, when we were over on Ginger Joe's podcast, I think you said you'd be willing to give another chance to, and obviously Scott ahead in front today.
Yeah, I was worried, to be honest, Liam. I think probably as soon as 6 furlongs from home, she was being rousted along, and she dropped to last, and she didn't even come back on the bridle. She just battled, and something you don't probably associate with mares of kind of at her age. You know, they just it's hard to explain. I mean, Cheltenham last year in April, she did something similar. She was rousted along after she won the Mares' Novice. She came back and then she found off the bridle. So she's obviously a very hardy, gutsy horse. So the drift on Burdett Road right before the off was very strange. They obviously knew something wasn't happening there. And she got backed in from, I think she was 9-4 this morning. She went off 6-5 favourite. So, yeah, again, not a massive bearing on anything else other than today. I just think it was what it was. And a bunch of handicappers probably. And she was just the best of them. But, yeah, I was happy she won. And just kicking myself for not taking 9-4 and just took the SP. So a mistake from me, but a win's a win.
Yeah, no, absolutely it is. Jamie, would you give her any chance with a view to Cheltenham? Obviously, she's been ran over the intermediate trip on 2 occasions, drops back to the 2 miles at seen it to better effect. I don't really know where she goes over the Champion Hurdle, and I don't think she's anywhere near as good as the other pair of mares or Constitution Hill, is she?
If you could get a bet, Liam, for her to finish 5th or 6th in the Champion Hurdle, yeah, fair enough. But look, there's only, 9 left, so you might get that. You never know. But no, she's no chance. I backed her at 2-1 right today. I was very confident in her. But it was what last chance saloon for me with her. But after that, where she goes after a Champion Hurdle, God knows. God knows. Will they try her in an entry hurdle? Try stretch her out again to 2.5 miles on a flat track, maybe? Maybe, because that usually cuts up, doesn't it? But after that, I presume they'll go. Like, she looks big, like, so surely they'll go chasing next year with her, will they? Because like hurdling, I'd say it'd be a waste of time next year for her and Open Company. Now, that said, will the Open division in Britain be good? Depends on Constitution Hill. Is he going to win like the previous champion he was, or is he going to bomb out and you'll never see him again? And then she has a chance then to mop up in those little races at the start of the season again. But yeah, that's all I think about her at the moment. But no, she's in a bit of no man's land at the moment, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Andrew, where do you see her going from here? Is it more than likely having to go back to the intermediate trip?
Yeah, she's, as James says, she's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place now. Where do you go with her? She's not good enough for a Champion Hurdle. She doesn't stay at the Mayor's Hurdle trip. So it's a case of, do you just run her for place money in a Champion Hurdle and hope for the best? Look, what she ran against today, Burdett Road, and hands are, they're not special, to say the least. Burdett Road now finished behind Con Hill and Lossie Mount in the Christmas Hurdle. But look, yeah, she's not a horse I'm fond of, but she'll win our races, but won't be a Grade 1 level.
Yeah,
I think there's a race in April, Liam, the Scottish Champion Hurdle. It's ran in mid to late April. I know it's a handicap, but that could potentially be an option over 2 miles for her. That's the only other race I can think of, maybe.
Okay. No, fair enough. Yeah, that may be one to keep on the radar then. The Rendlesham, I imagine that we're behind time. Obviously, I'm not viewing television in real time, lads. Have we got any idea how we're getting on at Haydock? Have we had is the 205 been off there yet, or 210, whatever it is?
Yeah, that was off about 20 minutes ago. They're not even in the parade ring yet for the Rendlesham.
No, fair enough. Okay, we'll move on to another topic then in that case, which is we'll talk about Sean Bowen. Obviously, he had his 1,000th winner yesterday. Obviously, he's having a great season, isn't he? Riding out of his skin. I just thought a bit of fun, lads, in terms of kind of your top 5 jockeys can come from either side of the water. I think it's probably a very apt time to sing the praises of these boys and girls who go out and put their lives on the line. So obviously, no disrespect to those who don't make your top 5, but just thought it'd be interesting to see perhaps who would make your list. So, Scotty, I'll start with you. Put you on the spot. Sorry, mate. But yeah, top 5.
Paul Townend, number 1. Jack Kennedy, number 2. Sam Ewing, number 3. Harry Cobden, number 4. Sean Bowen, number 5.
Fair enough. Andrew.
Of all time. Or now.
You can, now, but I'll tell you what, give us
now
both.
we're all time. Like, do you want 5 of each?
I'll do all time if you want.
Yeah, go on then, Scott. Give us your all time as well.
I'll base it on since I've been alive, which is a long time. Ruby Walsh, AP McCoy, Barry Geraghty, Paul Carberry. The last one was very tough. I was thinking about this the other day. My last one. I will probably go for Richard Johnson.
Okay, interesting. Jamie, in whichever order you'd rather, whether it's your all-time first or the current, what would yours be?
5, Richard Johnson, yeah. 4, Barry Geraghty. 3, McCoy. 2, Ruby Walsh, and the best jockey of all time is Paul Carberry. Now at the moment, number 1 would definitely be Jack Kennedy. 2, Sean Bowen. 3, Cobden. 4 would be Mark Walsh. And then 5 would be Paul Townend. That would be just me at the moment, off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, of course, it probably would take a little bit more consideration. I appreciate you boys jumping on last minute, so you haven't had a chance to consider, which means there's absolutely zero excuses for Andrew. And Andrew, they've
I'm
missed out
still
on
writing me bloody list. Will you leave me alone?
You can't do without that. There's no list of mine.
Andrew, there's a name I definitely
typical
thought.
Waterford fella doing the list. Will you do it off your head for crying out loud?
There's a name that I definitely thought I would have heard by now, which is Davy Russell. I'm not sure if he's going to be in your list,
He'd
Andrew.
be just outside the top 5, Liam, for me. Yeah.
So
Great at
the
Cheltenham.
all-time I have.
Yeah.
So Paul Carberry 5. Davy Russell 4. Barry Geraghty 3. AP 2. Ruby 1.
I think I'd probably be in agreement with that. Yeah, and current.
Jack or Paul first? I don't know which way to put it.
Jack Burkett.
Jack.
Oh. Jack.
Oh yeah, Jack. Yeah, Jack. Gaussman Jack. Paul Townend first. Jack Kennedy second. Harry Cobden third. Sean Bowen fourth. Nick O'Duff. Not a fucking open head. Who else is there?
Sam Ewing, surely.
There's another one that I thought people would maybe give a mention to, because when the money's down, he's absolutely magic. He's golden in the plate. And also, of course, she's been long forgotten. And also the man in the green and gold. I thought Mark Walsh or Rachel may have got a mention into the top 5.
I said Mark Walsh.
Sorry, did you, Jamie? All right, I want me neck in there.
Mark Walsh is a great company man. I give him that now. If you want the company man, Mark Walsh is not top drawer. Top drawer. You want him to find the arse of horses, he'll find them.
Or like a Davy Russell or Philip Burns for when you want an arse and a horse to the ground, and when you want an arse and a horse to win a race. They're the 2 men you go to now. Or if Paul Carberry used to ride for Burns. Even though
I'll also throw in Charlie Deutsch as another one that should be high on the list.
Very good over a fence, isn't he, Charlie?
Yeah. Even though Paul Carberry that year, what was the name of the horse? What was the name of the horse he was beaten in the county? Oh, Psycho. Yeah. I went a bit psycho after that because I can't believe he didn't win that county Earl on the Charles.
He's a bit psycho himself as Paul.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's the best jockey of all time. Bar none. Carberry.
Fifth. Jesus.
You think Rachel's being given a bit of a discredit?
Rachel's gone.
Rachel's gone. Okay. Rachel's lost her bottle.
She 100% has lost her bottle. Go back and watch her race since she came back.
Mm.
Oh, she's
all
over the place.
I'd say, Andrew, not speaking out of turn, would it be Punchestown? And if she wins a grade 1, salute to the crowd job.
Yeah. I won't be surprised if she won at Cheltenham and she called it a day at Cheltenham.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's nothing to win anymore. She's nothing to prove anymore. She's at an age where if she wants to start a family, she needs to start thinking about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, look, and you can even see it with the rides she's getting. She's picking and choosing her rides now. because Dara is getting a lot more rides for Henry than Rachel is.
Mm-hmm.
So I say she's trying to save herself for the festivals.
Yeah.
What about Keith Donoghue? 5.
Getting better.
Yeah, Keith is a late bloomer.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Thing with Donoghue can only do a certain weight though, can't he? He can't go really down towards the 11, past 11 stone, can he? Because he's so tall and he's he's a big lad for a jockey, put it that way, Joe. But yeah, he's getting very good. Yeah.
Holy Christ. I backed the horse and Gorn this morning at 5-2. Both Birdie's BO, whatever.
He
1
won
9-1. Jesus Christ.
You beat me in that one because I backed Claney King.
Come on.
Oh, I thought Claney King was home and hosed. I thought he'd won.
Nope.
No, Birdie Bowl got up on the line.
You're joking. That was in the 230, was it?
Yeah. I backed Claney King too.
I put up Crescent Moon and I was really strong on him and he's drifted like an absolute barge for the off.
What time I got a fucking winner.
Is there no sign in Haydock yet? No, there's not.
They're in the parade ring now. Yeah.
2 seconds there, lads. I'll be back with you.
Yeah, on the way down.
On the way down, happy days. Well, we may as well start having a look at the race in that case. So this is the Rendlesham. Yeah, the 240 is where we're at. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So unfortunately, Nemean Lion, who's entered up both for the race over at Wincanton and this is now a non-runner. So you've got Beauport at 2s, Botox has at 11-4, Thunder Rock 9-2, Gwenny May Boy 6s, Kerry Hill 8, and Sounds Russian 14-1. Andrew, anything you fancy? Is there a bet in this for you?
Yeah, it was quite a big bet. Just before we go off that, like Nemean Lion was a big price yesterday, and he was shortened considerably by the bookmakers into 5-2 before he was taken out. Absolute scumbags.
So the big impact of the Rule 4.
Oh, absolute scumbags! Like they knew. Does me head in how they do that. But look, yeah, Beauport is quite considerably strong fancy for me here. He was third in the Longmore Hurdle at Ascot. That was on the back of an absolute demolition job in the Berkshire National over fences. Won that by 31 lengths. I think he'll get his own way out in front here. Stays the trip. He'll stay really well. Ground won't be any issue to him. I think if he gets a decent enough lead here, we know around Haydock it favours front runners considerably more than horses that are held up. They kick off the home bend, and it's very hard to peg him back around here. I think he'll be very, very hard to beat, and I think Genie may be the one that will follow him home. He's running well in handicaps. Ran decent enough in Windsor. This will probably be set up as well for horses that he'll be ridden to place. So he'll be coming past beaten horse, and I think he'll be the one that may chase him home. Botox has been kind of disappointing so far this season. Back down here, look, he probably has a chance. 5-2 is not a great price, but I think Beauport can back up his run in the Longmore Hurdle. I think be very hard to beat.
No, fair enough. I'd probably be willing to give a chance to Thunder Rock, but that's very tentative. Obviously, he switches he switches from each obstacle quite considerably for Ollie Murphy. At one minute he's over fences, the next he's back over hurdles, but I'll probably chance him, but it's not a strong selection whatsoever. Scotty, are you in agreement with either of us, or is there something else that takes your fancy?
I'm actually against both of you. Sorry to say. I'm in a very forgiving mood today. I've had 4 bets. That's it. I've had 4 bets, and each one of them finished second last time out, I think, or nowhere last time out. Sorry, I should say. So Golden Apes was 1, and Botox Hass is the one in this race, just based it on his form in the race last year. I think he's a good horse at Haydock. I am scared of Beauport. I just thought he was a better chaser than a hurdler, but obviously he's run at Ascot in the Grade 1 was very solid. Christmas time. Won the Midlands National last year, as we know. He was second in the London National as well at Sandown. So, like Andrew says, if he makes the running here, he could be very hard to pull back. But Botox Hass is one of them. He's very in and out. I just think at Haydock, he's a different horse to where he is most other places. So, just at the prices, I think it's a 2-horse race. I think Thunder Rock's just an absolute dog. I just would never back him with anyone's money. So it's between the two of them, but I've just got a slight favour for Botox Haas, and yeah, one of us will have the winner, I think, for sure. So yeah, may the best man win.
We've got the top 3 in the market covered. Just to mention, Gary and Josh Moore, they've had 20 runners this week prior to today. 9 of those hit the places and 6 of them were winners, so they're certainly in some decent form. So yeah, I won't put anybody off.
That gives Goshen hope then, doesn't it, in the 3 o'clock at Ascot?
Go on, Goshen. Yeah,
Goshen's going to ping every fence and absolutely bolt it. Jamie, we've gone with the top 3 in the market. If you add another one to the list, then we've got almost the entire field. Is Beauport just the one to beat, or is there something else you like in this?
I had a bet this morning and he's gone. I'm very disappointed because I was all over in the main line, especially his first time over 3 miles. I'm with Andrew here. Look, it's a front runner's track, Liam. Haydock, a bit obvious, but Beauport should win this, especially with the way he ran it in Ascot. If he runs like that at Ascot, he'll win, and he'll win easy.
No,
that's just me.
Enough.
Yes, Jamie.
Not many now time I'd fucking agree with a Waterford man, but I'm actually agreeing with him now.
Me. Yeah, fucking
love-hate relationship.
Yeah, could be worse. He could be from Cork.
Billy Murphy.
Billy Murphy.
All right, bye. I'm from Cork.
Right, bye. Hot takes. Right.
Sounds Russian. Put up a really good performance in the Cotswold Chase. It might have been a couple of years ago now, but I'm not sure. I haven't even delved into the form because I haven't really looked at this race.
When he bombed out afterwards, wasn't he fancied in the Ultimate after? Was that the year or was it the year after? He was really fancied in the Ultimate one year when he bombed out. Wasn't that right? Was the year Cork Rambler one?
I actually think I referenced him at the start of this season. He was in like the top 10 highest rated, or it might even be a shortlist in that. The top 5 highest rated staying chasers in the UK, which just
he
goes
was,
an insight.
He was.
He was.
Who did you say? Beauport?
No, sounds Russian because didn't he win the role? Did he win the role of Merrick that year, Liam? And then all of a sudden he went up with a stupid rating. Yeah.
Wasn't he second in the Classic Chase as well at Newcastle? He had a good season, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a very good season, and he was up to about what was he? High 150s.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Who was that horse that was once rated higher than Altior? He beat Altior one day.
Surname?
Oh,
Surname.
How
in the name of God did he get a rating like that? And people take ratings as gospel. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, like Burdett, but even Burdett rode off 150. I think that's an inflated rating. He's been put up £8 for finishing 9 lengths and 6 lengths behind Constitution Hill and Lossiemouth. I just think it's a bit.
I would have dropped him £8. As this race is over.
Jesus, that one that Sean said in the group there, that horse is good. That Donnelly horse, Kit's Boo Hell, because like Sir Gerhard.
He's not great.
I wasn't sold by him, Jamie, though, myself.
No, he's not great at all.
But look, I suppose the other side of it, he's beaten nothing really. Do you know what I mean? Like
he's a great horse.
Yeah, Sir Gerhard's
he's not a grade 1 horse by any stretch of imagination. He's beaten Sir Gerhard that should have been retired 2 years ago.
Do you think he's good enough to do an Arctic Fire, carry a big weight into another county? No.
No. Not yet. No. He nearly wanted to do like didn't Arctic Fire do that, run the champion or Lincoln County, yeah?
Yeah, quite possibly.
I backed the one that I felt when I followed over a cliff in that county, Ireland, Lammy Surge, and I was beaten by Arctic Fire. I was sick.
Remember him? What an absolute fruitcake that thing was.
I love Lammy Surge. I backed him in he won an Aintree Hurling, didn't he?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah. He won an Aintree Hurling, and a long walk. He won a long walk. I followed him over a cliff.
I think it was the year that Lammy Surge and Bouvardere both went chasing, and they both were absolutely useless. And then one won the champion hurdle, and one came second in the county hurdle.
Lammy Surge jumping fences like they were hurdles. Jesus Christ.
Was Lemmy Surge in Duvans? Yeah, Lemmy Surge was in Duvans.
Supreme. Yeah, Supreme. Yeah, with Sizing John and James Hill. Yeah.
Oh, and King John.
Andrew, you used to have a lad in your comments on the finishing line who used to consistently go on about a horse. It might be owned by the owners group. And your pal, is his name Kubo?
Yeah.
And he kept mentioning a particular horse that maybe ran in a Triumph or won a Triumph. And I think he was insistent it would win the champion.
Cheltenham Hills.
Pentland Hill.
Oh, what a yak that thing is! Holy
Like
God.
who, like that year, who tipped him like to win a champion hurdle? Like after he went in,
Oh.
barely went in. Did he barely win that old Haydock trial? Wasn't it? Wasn't that
Yeah.
that usually on today? Wasn't it?
He beat the new one or someone like that in it.
Something like that. Yeah, the new one about 4 years. 4 years gone after trying to win a champion hurdle. Like.
Lord above. Pentland Hills.
That
Christ on a bike.
horse unfortunately that trying for him a weapon. Sir Eric.
O'Connor? Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Sir Eric wasn't that one, and O'Connor was the other one. So.
So those four bring them into the straight in single file.
Andrew, you
I don't know
said
who's winning this race, Andrew.
Maybe the fella looking through his legs.
Yeah, the third.
Who's the one in third? Gwenny.
Boy.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate he just slow down a bit now. I would
I would
much
too.
appreciate it.
Jeez, he's pinged that.
I'd say he's got a bit too fast, Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, Christ on a bike.
These two look as though they're going to fight it out.
Second again. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's beaten. Yeah, he's beaten.
They're saying fight it out. I don't think it's going to be. He's going to put up much of a defence.
He's going to win by 10 lengths.
Oh, I got the forecast in the wrong way anyway.
Yeah, hopefully someone followed Andrew in, but had the reverse.
Is this horse qualified for the part times?
No.
No.
Just a grade 2.
Just wet. That's the way my day is now.
No, but was he I swear he was qualified for the part times before this.
Where's that? Haydock. Revolution.
He's going to get some whacking for that anyhow, isn't he, Jamie?
He's going to get. He's finished now. He's not going to win no part times. So. Absolutely hosed up.
That's not how that was. Yeah, it wasn't meant to go like that.
Wow.
Ah, well.
Never mind, chaps. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. We'll move straight back over to Ascot because the 3 o'clock is imminent. Another big weekend stay-in handicap over 3 miles. Hastings is now favourite from what I can see. Backed in for the O'Neill yard. He's available at top price 7-2. Victorino 9-2. Snipe been well backed into 6s. A sea of blue on odds checker for that lad. It's typical of the Skeltons on a big weekend. Wise Guy 7s. Terracita, good winner last time out 9s. High stakes player 10s. And then you got 3-3-5 who's 11-1 as well as the rest of them. Jamie, we've got Goshen here, 28-1. They're in good form, the Moors. Do you fancy him or something else?
I don't really fancy anything here, trying to see Liam, but will say that I was impressed with that Terracita last day, the way it picked up and won on the straight. I give that a go, a small go. Hastings obviously is one of his last 2 around Windsor, wasn't it? He looked in trouble the last day and they kind of fell in the hole in front of him, didn't they? And he came through. Victorino, surely he's handicapped out of it now. In my book. Granitio, the horse I wanted to see in here was actually the horse that we knew kind of like was Skelton, and he's kind of got his ground, but I'd say he'll wait now until next week for Kempton and Phlegmatic. There's definitely a handicap in that horse on better ground, so I presume he's waiting for Kempton because he was second that race there 2 years ago. So
I was going to say, Jamie, I did see he was initially declared. Oh, and he is.
Is he declared for the Ascot today, is he?
Yeah, he's running in half an hour or so, bizarrely. He ran last week, and they've got the, as you say, the Ladbrokes Trophy next week. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Is he just going around for another trot to get more pounds off, is he? We'll see. But yeah, tentative vote for the way he ran and picked up in the straight Terracita for me, Liam, but I didn't have a best.
No, fair enough. Scotty, have you got more of a solid opinion?
I'm with Jamie. I think it's a very wide open race, Liam. I potentially think there's 6 or 7 that could win. I had it down to 3. I had it down to Wise Guy, Terracita, just from the way he won last time. And I'd give Anderson a sniff if he put his A game forward, but I'm really just going to sit out of this. I really haven't got a strong opinion, to be honest.
Andrew, make some people some money. Have a solid opinion. Do you have one?
I can give you a second if that's any good to you.
Please.
So 300-5 won this last year. He'll run a solid race. He'll come on from his run last time out. What is he, 11-1? I think that's a decent enough each way price. Victorino went off 2-1 for this last year, off the same mark. I'd willing to give him another chance, especially around Ascot. It was a 3 from 4 around Ascot, and he does tend to make the odd mistake. But if you can negate them kind of mistakes, like he did last time, he won a lot more easily than the winning margin suggests. And he beat the changing man who's had to go on and bolting up already today, after Nico done Nico on one of his horses. Yeah, I think 4-1 on a horse that's 3 from 4 around the track. He wasn't beaten far off this mark last season. Again, is in cracking form. I think he'd be thereabouts 4-1. I know it's a stupid each way, but you can't really see him being out in the top 3. Yeah, I'd have him. And if you're looking on the big each way, I wouldn't put anyone off 3 under 2.5 to go close to backing up last year's win.
Happy days.
But I will absolutely fall off my chair of caution wins.
I think as we all will, going over the bigger obstacles, it is going right-handed at least, so maybe that gives him, I don't know, a 2% chance rather than a 1% chance.
I swear to God, I thought that horse was retired. I seen him entered up.
He ran a nice race the weekend of the Dublin Racing Festival. He started to come into it. I remember watching it in one of the bars when I was over at Leopardstown. But that was back over hurdles, not fences, I think. Oh yeah, I've put one up here over on Oddschecker, and that horse is Snipe for the Skeltons. Obviously, Harry Skelton is going for this £500,000 bonus that's available for the ITV races. I think he's run some really nice races on the last few occasions. The ground, he wouldn't want it any softer than it currently is. It was obviously expected to be a lot closer to good than it was soft, but as we've seen from the races today, it has seemed to cut up slightly. But he's available at 7s in a couple of places, looking at the Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes is one of them. Looking at the Oddschecker grid, so I wouldn't still put anybody off playing him each way. I think he's a bit of an each way play to nothing, so hopefully he runs a decent race and can get me off to a decent start. We've had a couple of comments coming in. Ian, Dan Skelton said Gwynny has qualified for the attempts. You wouldn't be interested after that, though, would you, Jamie? Blown the mark.
I had him in my radar for attempts. Now he's after blowing his mark. I don't know. We'll see what he gets. See what he gets.
No, fair enough.
And they're off. What?
Still up there with and 7 3 under through 5. First floor followed by Monte Igueldo, Wise Guy the outside, Victorino the blue and white checks on the inner, and then Hastings Teresita is held up with Snipe as they clear the open ditch. Goshen just trail behind legs through that towards the
Shock.
Under David. They move on to number 3, and it's Ansam, the 2021 Silver Cup winner here. Last year's winner, 3 under through 5. High stakes player on the outside under David Bass. The first 3 separated by a length. Another cup then to Java Point on the outside. They turn right-handed. Victorino is on the inner. In between those two is Monte Igueldo. Sniper red cap following, Ocean around the inside. Wise Guy, the light blue and yellow check jacket to the outer of the hat-trick seeking Hastings. And Teresita, best turned out winner. She'll bid to come from the back of the field like she did here last month as they clear the net. Hastings was just a little bit untidy going over that as they move on towards number 5. 6 will be an open ditch. And Sam 3 under through 5. And a high stakes player on the outside. Then Victorino, a 3-time Ascot winner from only 4 visits here. It's just
I tell you, for a man, David Bass hates chase. For a man that does, he absolutely fires the horses into him.
What was that horse he won a grade 1 on that used to absolutely fire into every fence, the front runner? Lion
Imperial
around the inside.
Black and green silks.
Oh, first flow.
First flow.
Yeah, around Ascot.
Yes.
Be out of contention early here. Turning into the home straight for the.
Did he win an Ascot Chase first floor? Did he win a Clarence House? Didn't he? First flow? First flow won a Clarence House.
Is he a 3 miler or a 2 miler?
Yeah, he won. He won either the Clarence House or I think it was the Clarence House. He won. Yeah.
Just went from the front and nothing pegged him back, did it?
What was the one I was thinking of was Imperial Aura. That wasn't a grade 1 though. That was the handicap at the
Look at
festival
him!
one. Wasn't it?
Woohoo!
Caption, what?
Regard. Who's getting pulled up? And Sam.
And Sam's gone. How far are you behind, lads? I'm hitting the winning line now.
Winning?
Yeah, gone past the winning line.
Just gone.
Yeah,
by,
just
yeah.
gone past the winning line. Yeah.
They're on the turn now.
Very skippy though. I don't know what the fuck is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the same boat then.
Yeah. Strong last.
That'll be crazy if Phlegmatic runs. Well, will it be crazy? I don't know. 3 times in 3 weeks.
I can see it happening. Like if it's good ground next week at that being which normally isn't that meeting, like, do you know what I mean? Like I can't understand why he's not running it again. He should have won it one year.
Yeah.
He
Sort of. Come on, Snipe. Start making ground now, Harry.
Who was he on?
Cheltenham, Snipe.
About 7 lengths would separate all of them here as they come to the next, just about to reach Swindon bottom. It is still 3 under 5. Victory once they come out to reach from 3. Closely clustered
Everything seems to be travelling within itself pretty comfortably from what I can see.
Look at Caution making ground. Mother of God.
She looked inside.
Holy God.
It was nice knowing you, Andrew.
Huh?
It was nice knowing you.
Oh.
Come on,
Long way
Goshen.
down from this top window. Oh, he's going backwards. All right.
another play with Victorino 3 under through 5. High stakes player.
No, he's not. He's come forward again. Oh, Lord.
Is just waiting behind. So they come to the last ditch, 4 out, still closely grouped. Terracita looking to make a move from the back, jump back quickly, the mare. Goshen under pressure, and then Snipe as they now run towards 3 out.
Hastings cruising.
Victorino, the inside.
There's absolutely loads of my chances.
Yeah.
And then on the outer is
Nico's biding his time as well in the orange sleeves.
Mhm.
Terracita waiting for a gap with the orange, still only in about 7th place.
3 under through 5 is going to fucking win, isn't he?
The through 5 with the high stakes player. Still the front 3 here. Then Monte
What? Jockey do.
Terracita's got daylight. Trying to make ground as they head towards the second last 300 through 5. Heaves himself over that joining Victorino. These are still the first
Jesus,
2.
out the telly again, man. What is going on?
Come on, Terracita.
Come home strongly on the outside. Heading towards the 18th and final.
Go on, Terracita.
Flying home, Jamie.
Is he home? Wait. Nah.
Jesus Christ.
3 under.
Nah. 300 again.
Oh!
What's going on? Hey, I gave it a forecast again.
The forecast one, Andrew.
Oh, who won it? I thought 3 under got it on the line.
I
I
thought
would agree.
Victoriano got his nose down.
Mine's frozen.
It's 300 through 5.
No,
Victoriano.
Victorino's 10's on the exchanges.
With it.
Victoriano got his nose down.
Oh, is it?
It skipped there when they did it again. They're like,
Sure, he got his nose down, did he?
I think it's look to me, it's 300. They're gone to 300 now on the camera.
I know they're gone back.
Victorino-
No, back
They don't know themselves.
Back to 300.
And back to Victoriano. Jesus Christ, make up your mind, lads. Get the 2 of them in the one picture. There you go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, just give me somebody.
You have the 2 of them now in the picture.
Show us the replay again, will you? For the...
I know, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Who's Ollie Bell going to? Oh, he's waiting for Charlie.
Victorino then. Yeah, 1.09 on the exchange, 1.08.
I think I'll just start doing reverse forecast for today. He got headed anyway. He definitely got headed.
Got headed. Your man's in front there.
He's
now.
headed there now. He's ahead up there. 3 under. Oh, I can hear Jerry Hannon.
Oh, sorry, I'm watching St. Sam's race. I put him up today.
Oh,
even
shit,
money.
yeah.
There we are. We'll hop. Given the fact that we have got the break,
It's
hop over to Ireland and then together.
It's Victorino.
Yay. Thanks be the Lord Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Victorino.
won by snot.
You second again, Andrew. Fuck's sake.
No, I was first.
Did you get that
Oh,
one?
did you? Which one?
Victoriano.
Victorino.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Jesus. St. Sam is 1 to 10 and running.
Oh, Christ.
That's good.
miles ahead.
Happy days.
He's 1 to 10 in running,
Yep.
just because he's gone to the front.
Yeah, 1 to 10. It says 1 to 10 here in Petty Park. 1 to 10.
1 to 10 and Journey with me is upside.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, it's with Paddy.
Hold up now. Him running quick.
If it was on the machine, I'd be saying they hate that.
Give it off 2 to 5. No, never said no fucking thing. Whatever.
Right, I'll let you Irish
1 to
lads,
3 now. 1 to 3 now. Yeah.
talk everyone through this. Well, I nip to the toilet.
Ah, yeah. Dara's getting a bit low in the saddle there now.
Is this into the straight? All right. I thought it was him.
Third last. Yeah, going to the third last now. I don't like going as a track, you know that? There's something about it. Even though I go to Estes every year.
1 to 2, 5 to 2 and running. He's leading out Lynch Arena on St. Sam. There you go.
Don't shout the prices. I'm watching it. I can't see him.
He looks like he's going the best, but Classical Getaway is still cantering behind him.
Yeah.
Classic Getaway is going to.
Classic Getaway is dangerous.
Swinging.
Swinging.
Classic Getaway has gone past him. St. Sam's had a ball in the hole.
He's even stopped in him.
Oh, that's annoying. I backed that horse so many times.
I took him on in the columns. I didn't think he'd win, but I didn't know who to go with him. He looked a broken horse back over hurdles at Punchestown. He's been on the go a long time. Somebody backed him at the end there.
Jesus.
Oh,
That St. Sam will always let you down, though.
Yeah. I remember someone had an argument with me on Twitter that he's a grade 1 horse. He's my fault. Grade 1 horse, my bollocks. Can someone explain to me how Apple Away is 3 to 1 for this Grand National Trial? Please.
I have no idea myself, to be honest, because I think she's done with it before.
She's a dog.
Yeah. What is it now? 3 to 1. What's that? 3 to 1. What? 7 to 2, yeah, man. 6 to 1, Famous Bridge. Thought that travelled well last year, right? So, Kit Maker, 8 to 1. Jubilee Express, 8 to 1. Galileo, 17 to 2. Yeah. There's nothing in the bet, not like all of them, like, do you know what I mean?
You give man another chance. I know he's 11 pounds higher than last year. He well beaten at Estes, but horses for horses.
That's true. Fontaine's pulled up last day. I can't understand that. The one that was second, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Was Jubilee Express second in the Welsh National?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Val Dancer won it, didn't he?
Val Dancer won it. It's in here again, yeah, against what's this swing? There's not much of a swing, is there? Is there much of a swing? The weight? 9 stone 10 to 9 stone 10, is it?
You could get 16s on Royal per guy. Imagine if he went and won easy, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you?
Oh, stop. It's not soft enough, though, is it?
Nah, that's the problem.
Nah, it's not soft enough. No. It's not soft
I
enough.
love it. He'll have his day, one more day next year in the Betfair. Not Betfair. Is it a Betfair?
It's a bit for
Betfair, yeah. It's like a monsoon out here. What the hell is going on in this world?
Not in here, boy. You're getting the wet. I'd say you're getting the rain we got here last night.
Yeah.
It was piss rain here last night, right? Is that off that Haydock race?
No.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. We're looking forward to Cheltenham, lads. I'm starting to get giddy about it now.
Yeah. This is the longest part, I think, to drag out till you get there. Then it just flies.
Mm.
Yeah. This is the longest 3 weeks ever. Usually
I
is.
just can't wait for it. First up again, it's at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's just going to be fantastic. Straight after a big dirty fry up.
That's kind of
Get nervous over the Supreme Novice Hurdle for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Have they caught up at Haydock then? Is it the handicap chase?
Yeah, they're going down.
Oh, okay. On the Grand National, what do we make of these trials, given the fact that all the weights are out? Obviously, all the horses are allocated. Anything that wins potentially doesn't even get into the race. Do they just need to change the name, or do they need to change the structure? Winning, you're in. I saw Andy from over on the Take a Pool mentioned that earlier as a suggestion. I think it would make sense. What do you make of it, Andrew?
Look, it's good for SEO purposes. That's about it. Yeah, look, they should have races like what they're after doing for the times where you're winning and you're in. They should have at least two, one in the UK and one in Ireland, a winning you're in kind of race, whether it be, what would be Munster National, maybe, around Cork, or I know Punchestown have their Grand National trial tomorrow as well. But literally it should be, if you're winning, you're in. Then if you have the ways to get in, then you're in. There's no ifs and buts, why not about it. Yeah, I don't know really. I'm going to go round and round about here. I could give you a suggestion, but they'd probably be absolutely nonsense to go with it. But yeah, I think there are only two actually in the race that could potentially run in the actual national.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, unless they move the actual race back earlier in the season, because you're not really going to try to run your national horse this close to entry, and yeah, in other words, I don't really know.
No. Okay, fair enough. Do you know what you fancy in this though?
Yeah, man. Give him another chance to back up his win last season. He ran well for away in the Toyestes. We just got going way too late. He ran on really well at the end. I just think a course like this, the long straight may suit him. If they go a bit too fast here, you're going to have the likes of Apple away making their running. I think Royal Pagay will be up there, Fontaine Calange. I think he front runs as well. I think there'll be plenty of pace on form. And look, his win last season with the £11 stop and winning last year, probably not as good as the Toyestes in my eyes. I think he has a massive chance. I know he's short enough in the betting for a race like this off £11 higher, but I'd give him another chance. Gavin's not going to send him over for the good of his health. Could have easily kept him over in Ireland for tomorrow, but yeah, I think he has a cracking chance.
No, fair enough. Scotty, obviously the flag's up, but what do you like?
Famous Bridge for me. I think he's just the most consistent horse from an each way perspective. I definitely think he'll be in the frame. But he's a consistent performer at Haydock. I just think, yeah, he's a couple of pounds out of the weights, I believe. But I think Royal Pagay's obviously had that impact in the race. But yeah, Famous Bridge for me, Liam. I definitely think he'll be in the first three, and I think he's got a chance of winning. So yeah. Fair
enough. They're obviously off and running, Jamie. Was there something that you liked in here?
Well, we hope that one horse doesn't win, Liam. Gitmaker.
Why is that?
Why is that? I wonder why.
No, genuinely, why is that? I have no idea.
I think he's got quite a handy mark with a view to a Cheltenham. A
Cheltenham race.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't want to see him running an awfully good race, to be perfectly honest. The fact it had got some Broad Galliard into it for me, but I think she needs it to be a swamp. It's probably still not tested enough conditions. Sorry, Andrew, go on.
No, so I was just going to say, you want him not trying.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, man, is not enjoying jumping today.
It's his first spin over fences as well this season, I think, because he was sent over hurdles, wasn't he?
Gavin Sheen's on him. Not a good company, man. You're okay, lads.
Apple Away has been smashed in the betting. Because obviously she won that hurdle race, didn't she, at Aintree? But she just hasn't followed up whatsoever since going over fences. As she was well fancied last year for some of the novice races. What do you boys make of her? I think Coventry have scored.
Sorry, yep.
Go on, the Sky Blues.
Andrew, what do you make of
I'll
her?
jump in with Apple Away. I got suckered into her last year, back there for the Brown Advisory. She didn't even run in the race. She ran in the National Hunt Chase. She's just a plodder, isn't she? She needs about 10 miles. And I just think we all seen Ahoy Senor the year before when he won the Grade 1 Aintree Hurdle as a novice. Well, maybe a couple of years before, sorry, for Lucinda. Similar kind of theory on her, but I just think she's disappointing. When you win a novice chase at somewhere like Leicester in the style she did, Leicester's one of those tracks. It doesn't produce top-class horses usually. I think the best horse I've seen that won a novice chase and went on to win a Grade 1 was Itchy Feet, and that was way back in 2020 when he won the Scilly Isles. So I just think it's one of those horses that people get suckered into. She's a mare. She's got a nice, cute name, Apple Away. I think people get deceived and it's a silly thing to say. The theory I've had, a bit like Maureen, because of connections, because of the name, people get suckered into these kind of attachment things, and that's the kind of theory I have with Apple Away. I should probably hack up here by 10 lengths, so I'm going to quickly finish before I say any more.
She's dropping away quickly there.
Gitmaker.
No, Apple Away. She's gone from first to sixth.
The funny thing is, in one of my chat groups, kind of one of the lads was saying about the new Lion after the news came out that JP had purchased him, about should I be taking this price? Like, should I be getting on? I was thinking, well, if you didn't fancy the horse 24 hours ago or 10 minutes ago, why do you suddenly fancy it now? Just because it's got a change of silks. Like, it's not made the horse any better. So if you didn't fancy it then, you shouldn't be backing it now. And I think it's not too dissimilar to what you're saying, Scott. You can find these emotional attachments. I understand there's a little bit more of an emotional thing with regards to both Forheen and, of course, Willie's mother, who passed last year with the naming of the horse and whatnot. But yeah, I think sometimes sentiment gets in the way, doesn't it?
Like, Maureen is not even that closely related to Forheen.
Is she not?
No.
How close is it?
What is it like? It's
borrowed his lawnmower one time or something.
Very thorough.
Your uncle, your dad just lent them something, a drill.
Who's the other one that ran recently? Is it Annie Power or Anno Power? It's like people are only following that horse because it sounds like Annie Power. I mean, going back years ago, there was another horse, the man driving Duvan. It's like, for fuck's sake.
Oh my God, that done my head in one season. People going on and on and on and on about this thing. Oh, it's Duvan's brother. Wow.
Flint Sacra.
Cross the ball.
Flint Sacra.
Do you remember that head case? I bet even you couldn't love that nutter, Andrew. Flint Sacra.
No, Jesus Christ. I don't. Like, the laws of probability of a full brother of Superstar being as good as that is about 5%. That's just a number I'm throwing out there. But name me the last Superstar horse that had a Superstar brother, full brother, or full sister.
Duvan and John Bun.
Again, full brother and full brother who's a Superstar.
He's borderline. Oh,
Andrew!
He was travelling well as well.
Lovely. Fuck's sake. And he was going well and all.
Liam, are you happy there with the old Scotland horse in front there? She's going to get well.
Not one bit. There's not a day I haven't backed her. She bolts in today.
Where's Gitmaker?
Gitmaker's
happy days. Boys are happy.
Where's Apple Away? Is she still? Oh, she's there. She's dead last.
Yeah.
I wanted him to run with a bit more enthusiasm, though, mine, to be honest.
He's not doing a tap on her.
This is now the fifth fence from home. Galia Daily Toe.
No, look at Royal Pagoy.
Oh my God. Holy shit. 16-1.
He's absolutely camping.
I don't know. He's got to carry. He has carried big weights before, didn't he? What was the?
Yeah,
Peter Marsh,
Peter
yeah.
Marsh.
He's done. Forget about him.
Bumped along now.
Go on, Famous Bridge.
He's absolutely swinging.
Long way home, yeah.
Go on, Famous Bridge.
Royal Pagai's gone out like an absolute fruit bat.
Fruit bat.
Oh, he's absolutely done that spring heel.
Well done, Sam.
Go on, Famous Bridge. You got them here, boy.
Go on, the Hemmings horse.
Good jump.
Oh. Pull her up.
After the way, man.
Oh my God, she's coming.
Wins all that.
Good
Go
finish
on,
there.
Famous
gonna win.
Bridge. Ah!
Oh no, and then she gets there, then she starts going up and down in the spot.
Well done to pulling out more.
Kieran will be riding her home. He's always on.
She's out the
Go on
back
the
of it in.
bridge. Oh, no way.
Go on.
What, Famous Bridge.
He was
Oh,
holding on to plenty.
Holy, that's like he's out there picking up well there.
Jesus, he's got
Unbelievably
loads.
well.
One Scotty, two horses.
Well done, Scotty.
Well done.
There we are. 2 winners on the bounce. Now we're in the flow. We'll obviously go on to the Ascot Chase, and then that will us be done for the day. Richard's dropped a comment in. Mr. Vango won the Peter Marsh, and he wouldn't get into the national. There are probably a lot of horses, Mr. Vango, like that winning these trials. Lads, having had a look at the weights then, before obviously we move on to the Ascot Chase, what do you fancy? Is there anything that's caught your eye, anything at a nice big price? And also, what are you looking for these days in the Grand National, given that the race is obviously completely different to how it used to be? Scotty, I'll start with you.
Nowadays, you have to look at the class horses. I think it's more competitive than it was. Like it's not like a season handicapper. You've got to look at the class horses. For me, I don't like backing top weights and handicaps as a general rule. I think Nick Rocket's off 11.8. I know I've never been a big fan of him, but I just think he's got a bit of class. And out of all of the ones towards the top of the weights, I think he's the most unexposed. So he'd be of interest to me. But it's funny because Andrew, we were talking about Beauport earlier today, and he's off 11.1. He's 19th in the weights. I'd definitely be interested in him. I think he could run a big race. He's proven over the big staying trips. Like I said, he's won the Midlands National. He came second in a London National at Sandown. But out of everything I fancy anti-post, I haven't got a massively strong opinion, but I don't think he'll get in the race, and that's Twig. He's way down at number 55. He's off 10.5. I do like Twig. I've been a big fan of him. Jamie thinks he may run again in the Ultima. We spoke about it yesterday, but he's got a lot of horses that have to come out. So that'd be my shortlist at the moment. But again, the classiest horse in the race that potentially could have the most improvement is Nick Rocket. He'd be the one that I'd be the most keen on at the moment. Would
you be interested in Twig off £3 higher in the Ultima?
I would if the ground was better, because I think the ground was totally against him last year. I didn't think he'd run as big as he did in the race. I thought the ground had gone against him. If we do get his ground, I'd definitely be interested in backing him. But my main fancy, Highland, runs next week in the race at Kempton, the Old Racing Post Chase. If he didn't turn up, I'd definitely be backing Twig again. They'd be my two for the Ultima still, yeah, for sure.
Cool, fair enough. There you are. Cheeky anti-post punt from Scotty, or certainly a couple to have on your radar for the Ultima. Jamie, you were nodding along, so I imagine you would like Twig if he turned up in the Ultima as well. But is there anything in the Grand National, mate, that you that's caught your eye?
The one I've been on all year, Liam, is I look now for like a 2.5 mile horse in a national, and it's a Rocco is the one I'm on at the moment. I love in the mark of the he's off 10 stone 10, and he's a mark of 152. That'll do me, yeah. He's the one I've a complete radar geared in, locked in for a Rocco for the national, yeah.
And when you say you look for a 2.5 mile horse, Jamie, just explain that theory. Why should people be looking for?
It's because of how small the fences are and how quick they go to start, Liam. Look at I Am Maximus. I Am Maximus won a Drimmore last year as a novice, but she shouldn't have been a novice. They have that stupid rule that you're a novice to the end of November in Ireland. And he won. He found the 15, the Drimmore, and the 2.5 miler. And I goes to myself, that's a national horse, yeah, because he's gone winning an Irish national, then going to win it over 2.5 miles, then goes back over. It's just a quicker race now. Before I go for like an absolute plotter, like like it's long to the days of an Amberley House winning and all those, like going back years ago, that were out and outstairs. You need a horse that can keep position early now and has a little bit of staying in the pedigree. You need to be up. Like look for example, Tiger Road. Tiger Road won a Supreme over 2 miles. Supremes normally are stairs. Then he won a National Hunt Chase. Then he came back, do you know what I mean? And to a couple of other races, he won a Boyne Hurl, didn't he, over 2.5 miles. I kind of look at that, a variety of trips, but a 2.5 mile or as well, so it can keep up with the pace. That's my new rule now to the national.
No, fair enough. Andrew, I don't think somebody's tuned in for awfully long because they're suggesting you've had more losers. But given the fact you put up the 1-2 of the last race, and I think you've probably had some decent each way money throughout the day. But never mind. You can't please everyone, can you? Anything you like in the national, mate?
I know the way you're thinking. I've had him touted since the start of the season as a potential Grand National horse. If it didn't work out in Grade 1s. Okay, his form speaks for herself. He's been chasing home Galton Champ and he chased home Factor Foil over 2 mile 4 at in the John Durkin. Beat Oroco last season at Aintree and he won. Like, he was probably the best back horse at the Cheltenham Festival last year when he won the Kim Muir. I just think he's the type of horse who's that bit of class to him. Will be obviously probably will stay this trip, no problem. I think the mark is fair enough. 160, 11 stone 5, if all is well with everyone that runs in it. I think he has more than enough potential to win this. A strong stayer. I get the point that Jamie made with it being a lot faster. I think he probably will be outpaced for the first probably mile, I'd say, but there'll be no one staying on as strong as him at the end. And I think if he's there coming to the road crossing, I think he'd be very hard to stop.
What do you make of Cromwell's comments that he potentially may not come here? Do you think potentially they may go down the Irish national route and do what they did with Iron Maximus, obviously for JP?
It'll all depend. Yeah, look, it could obviously happen. It'll all depend on the condition of JP's string going into it, what he has for the Irish national, what he has for the English national. If they feel like Iron Maximus is good enough to carry 11 stone 12 around here on the back of last season, they may reroute, I know the way you're thinking, to the Irish national. I don't know off the top of my head what's actually, is there even entries for the Irish national yet? No, there's not. Yeah, but it'll all depend on that. But look, if he's in the right form going into it, will he run in the Gold Cup? Who knows? If he runs in the Gold Cup, you'll probably think he's not going to run in the national, because what's that, 2 weeks later? But yeah, look, if he turns up, I think he'll be hard to beat. I know he's 8-1 favourite now. It wouldn't take a rocket science to pick him out, but I think he's a lot going for him.
No, fair enough. I'll stick with you, Andrew. We may as well start having a look at the Ascot Chase then. I suppose you couldn't complain too much about the field. You've got a couple in here who are obviously potentially going to line up in the Gold Cup itself in La Press and Corbett's Cross. Corbett's Cross, Sea of Blue, he's been really well backed, now 7-4. And that's probably also to do with the fact that there seems to be a little bit more giving the ground than was expected. He's 7-4. Pick Dorhe, using the old cliche, this will probably be his Gold Cup, won't it? He's available at 9-5 top price. The Hum Press 7-2, Blue Lord 18s, La Patron 20s, and Phlegmatic, who's out for the second time in 2 Saturdays, is available at 150-1. What do you reckon, Andrew? What do you like in this? Corbett's Cross hasn't been the most impressive so far this season. Obviously, we've seen him sparingly, but is this just Pick Dory goes and wins again?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Like, his form around Ascot is unbelievable. I think he was only beaten once around there. He's 4 chase wins and a second to his name. Corbett's Cross jumping is his big worry. He's not the greatest fencer in the world. He'll leave his mark on a fence. The Home Press is not as good as he is going right-handed. He is left, and that's there for everyone to see. Blue Lord would be interesting if he got back to the form I saw him chase home. What's his name? Jesus Christ. Oh, Fast or Slow in the John Durkin 2 years ago. He came in on the back of a fair big enough layoff. He's been back not small at 16-1, but Pick Dory, look, this will be his Gold Cup. He'll be training for this like his Gold Cup. I think he'll take a bit of beating.
Fair enough. Scotty, I know that me and you spoke on Ginger Joe's preview of the weekend about another horse in here. Obviously, now that the race is starting to shape up, I'm not sure what your opinions are on Le Patron or if they've changed at all.
No, I'm still with him. He's just drifted to 22-1. He's back in the 16s. I keep drifting. I think he's going to run a big race here. I'm with Andrew. Corbett's Cross for me. He's got no hope in this race. I cannot believe he's that short, to be honest. I think there's 3 in a race I'd rather be on ahead of him, and that includes Long Press, who I think is better going left, like Andrew said. I just think Le Patron's got form, right-handed Grade 1. He won a Grade 1 as a novice at Sandown. I mean, he's no mug. And, okay, he ran an absolutely terrible race last time, but he was impressive at Newbury the time before. I just think the pace of the race will suit. Pick Dory's a 10-year-old, and he's only 7. I just think if he gets to run of the race like I think he will, I'd rather be on him just at the prices. I think he's you can still back him each way. There's 6 runners in the race, and I have backed him win only. Yeah, I'm quietly confident here. I think he's going to run a big race.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Jamie, what do you make of this race? Is there a bet in it for you?
Yeah, I backed, like I said last time when you were on Liam with us, I backed Long Press, and I'm actually happy with the drift. I know, like Andrew said, he's not as good as going right-handed, but he still has the best form of the race behind Banbridge and France in the King George. It's probably irrelevant when it comes to this. Look, we all know it's Pick Dory's Cup final, but as I said the last day, Long Press, is it this his last chance to, given his age, to win a Grade 1? I think it is. So I'm going to go with him today. I know he was beaten well last year in this race by Pick Dory, but do you know what? I'm going to be a bit sentimental. I'm going to go with Long Press because I'm agreeing with Corbett's Crosses. And I can't understand the money for him unless they're showing something that he can jump fences again at home. But like over 2.5 miles, he can't jump fences at this speed. Surely if Pick Dory goes out in front.
And when Pick Dory does go out in front, will the rest be sitting ducks? Remember last year, quite literally, Cobden was given the most easiest of leads, which is another reason why it leads me back to Le Patron, who is an intermediate horse. Was it a case they couldn't go the pace, or were the other jockeys just, for not concentrating, I suppose? Because
giving too much rope.
Yeah, he just tore off, didn't he? Like 20 lengths ahead, and that was it. The race was done at the start.
Yeah. So what do you want to see is Le Patron take him on here now and see how good he is? You know what I mean? Like, see if he'll sulk.
Definitely push the pace. Yeah, I'm not sure if that may open itself up to something else to come and close, but
Pick Dory's jumping's gone a bit backwards, I think, as well in his last couple of runs. Like you say, if something like Le Patron or even Phlegmatic do try and go from the front and take him on, that's where the mistakes are going to come out. So yeah, I'd like to see them. If he gets an easy lead and he's 4 or 5 lengths clear in the back straight, the race is over. Nothing will beat him. That's the way I'd be riding. I'd be riding to beat him early on.
No, fair enough. Does Corbett's Cross stand any chance come the Gold Cup and his ultimate aim? I know we all think that Galloping is absolute superstar. No, what's his best hope in terms of finishing position?
Getting around.
Getting around, yeah.
You don't even think he'd hit the frame if there were 8 runners, no?
No. His jumping will cost him. His jumping technique will always cost him. He's slow, sticky. He doesn't know how to sort the feet out, and he's too keen.
Watch back the National Hunt Chase last year. It was literally the easiest pickings for him in that race. Everything was an absolute dead boat, and he was a boat himself. And he just jumped high, took his time, and he had a bit of speed towards the end. He's not the slowest horse, but like you said, it's just the high jumping that in this kind of level will find him out. But like the Gold Cup, there could literally be 6 runners. So if you're going to give him into an each-way chance to top 3, I still wouldn't do it. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him finish last in the Gold Cup. I don't think he's got a chance.
You could be playing for a place, couldn't you, in the Gold Cup at this rate? It's not. Well, I suppose unless you're putting in anti-post rules, you can still grab you 3 places, and there may well be 6, 7 runners, as you say. Wouldn't be my way of going about it, but you know, can make the game pay in many different ways. Le Press going right-handed again. Why, Andrew?
Don't know. Ask Phoenicia Williams. I have no idea why they're running him this way around. He's clearly not as good going this way around. Look, it's probably based on what else are they going to run him in. He's at an age now where you run him when you can and hope for the best.
Yeah. Scotty, is that just the case? Just the way the calendar falls, do you think?
No, I'm telling you, it's the owner, Andy Edwards. I think he's a very stubborn owner, and I just think he
It's
likes
a
chasers
strong
like grade
trip
ones.
here. Whoa.
Oh, what? And he sets out the plan for the horse.
Well, I'm not saying he does, but just the way he comes across, the way he speaks in interviews, I think he's a bit of a stubborn owner, and that's just the opinion I get with him. I think he maybe dictates where the horses run.
I don't mind that though.
Nothing wrong with it, no.
He definitely isn't going to complete freebie this year.
Nope, there's the home press out to his left already.
Phlegmatic looks quite outpaced already. Probably explains his 150 to 1 price.
Schooling in public for next week.
Yep.
Oh,
as they now come towards the fence before the home turn, which Pictory will take on front.
doing the lamb press.
You don't want Le Patron following Charlie Deutsch jumping out, giving that much ground away, do you? Following him out to the left.
No, they may as well pull him up now.
Phlegmatic.
No home press.
No, lamb press. Pull him up, he's done.
Yeah, stop, like. Just take him around the fence. There's no point. Save him for another day.
He's got quite a big one in 3-4 weeks.
Look.
Oh, he's done it. Yeah. Look, yeah, it's time to go.
Number 7 in the last next time around. 3 lengths clear of Corbett's Cross. He jumped it absolutely beautifully. 2, Corbett's Cross in second. Blue Lord
Is he putting him? He's putting him up, is he?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's done.
Him up.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah, he's done.
To be pulled up with a circuit to go
Gone.
in the Betfair Ascot Chase. Victory turning the screw here for
Just can't go that way.
Yeah.
It has been pulled up by Charlie Deutsch. So Pictory leading them on this final full circuit and with a 5-length lead over Corbett's Cross in second. Lord, another 2 or 3 lengths away in third.
They're bypassing an obstacle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first time.
all chases.
Going around the first fence on this part of the course, moving down towards number 8 of the 16. And Pictory over to Corbett's Cross, trying to keep tabs on the leader.
Fairness, Corbett's Cross is jumping well enough.
A little bit better than normal.
He looks more similar to the performance put in the Aintree Bowl as opposed to the performances we've seen since.
Only once in this race, it's number 9.
Oh!
Whoops.
Is in fourth, and then Phlegmatic.
Commentator's purse and all that.
And they now come towards fence number 10. Victoria.
The race is over, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it looks that way.
It's just over a length away in third. So beginning to emulate Chuchev, Monet's Garden, Riverside Theatre, and Q Card.
I think they're closing up though.
It's probably giving him a breather.
Breather now.
As they take the right hander and Swindley bottom and run back towards us once again. 6
Come on, Le Patron, find a wee bit for me.
The attack from the word go. Corbett's Cross is in second place. Blue Lord is in third. We just brushed through that. Corbett's Cross 4 lengths down in second
Douglas
place.
Kelton just not doing a tap on Phlegmatic.
To another play one. Pictory fast and fluent. A little slower in second. Corbett's Cross just chased along by Mark Walsh. Blue Lord and JJ Slevin in third. The last ditch 4 out coming up. Pictory is over.
Game over.
You'd want to see him in trouble by now for anything else to have a chance, wouldn't you?
Like, if Dan Kelton doesn't get pulled in for that now, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And he's gone past the patron there. Oh! And he took the fence with him.
Yeah. If he stays on his feet, he wins.
Good luck and thanks.
He looks like Allaho-esque at the intermediate strip, only around Ascot. Just goes in the front, bang, gone.
Yep. Just get him over, Harry, now. Nothing fucking flashy. Good lad. Up you go.
Good luck and thanks. Easy. Lads, I love you, Levy. I will talk to you later. I must go for a christening. Talk to you later. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy.
Have fun, Jamie. Thank you for joining us.
Good luck, lads.
Enjoy the
Thank you.
pints.
All right,
Cheers.
bye. Bye.
Vic Dory wins again.
Another loser I'm at putting up.
Join the club, Andrew. Join the club. February
Not
is
really.
been...
I put him up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, just me then. We have our Cheltenham Festival preview. That is with myself, Jack, Andrew, Joe, and Gavin Lynch. That is on Monday, the 24th of February, so it will replace our usual Spaces show. Lads, before we do go, is there from you, I suppose it may well be what we've just watched, to be honest, because he absolutely obliterated them. Performance of the day, Andrew?
Yeah, pick Dory. Visually impressive in his own backyard. Nearly unbeatable around there. Very good performance.
Scotty?
Yep, I echo what Andrew said. Totally agree.
And me. Well, hopefully you managed to latch on to the couple of winners that we were able to provide you. Well done, obviously, to Andrew and to Scotty for putting those up. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. But as always, and most importantly, lads, thanks very much for your time. And obviously, we'll be back on Monday for our weekend review show. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone, and we will catch you next time.
Pleasure.